A very good day to you, distinguished viewers at home. This is Rero TV, and today we are in Mosoga. Sitting right beside me is the former chairman of Ethiope West local government area and an APC shifting. Talking about the person of Okakuro Olorogu Dr. Wisin Omene. 2023 is just around the corner, sir, and all over social media, people have been talking. What's the position of Dr. Omene? Is he contesting, or is he just going to follow the party's lines? Are you not seeing any ambitions for 2023?
Well, first of all, I have equally been listening to side talks recently. I understand that certain persons have already been driven mad by the insinuation that I, Dr. Omene, or Dafe Wilson Omene, Imui, well, my last son, Omene, is going to contest. People are already going crazy. They are being driven mad, probably because of their interest too in the same position. But well, it's just a game of interest. When you have people sharing the same interest, definitely some people are bound to lose sleep over someone they consider to be the most qualified for the position. I am really ready to run for that position for the benefit of those that we have pledged to serve as a politician.
What a position, sir?
Right now, I intend to go for the House of Assembly, Delta State House of Assembly position, come 2023. What is giving me that import to run for House of Assembly? Somebody will have asked, would definitely or possibly ask, but the last election you came out for House of Reps. Why are you coming out for House of Assembly now? But I want to state clearly that when you don't change the winning team. I'm not here to compete for anybody who's there right now, but you don't change the winning team. I'm fully satisfied with what I am seeing on ground. I'm fully represented for now, except we have a stronger person that can do better. For now, we're still searching for such persons which we feel strongly someday, somehow, we'll get to have such persons in APC. And I feel it doesn't make sense to me because I'm not in politics for my selfish reasons. I'm in politics for the ultimate benefit of the electorate. So it is the interest of these electorates in the various segments that matters, not your personal interest. So I wouldn't want to drive off or push away something I consider to be good and important for the electorate. And that is the very reason I'm equally offering myself now to say, okay, you go take the lower position and equally augment what we are enjoying today. I speak, I think the people need people like me to go to the House of Assembly. My people want it, both in Ogara, in Mosoga, and in Jesse. Even the opposition party, I am talking to them already. And I'm going to go talking to them. We should not even be looking at party level when we're talking about Ethiope West politics. We should outgrow that and think about the personality that has come out to represent or wanting to represent them in the House of Assembly. We need to look deeply into the personalities of the people concerned, you know, that are coming out or showing interest in various positions. Who are they? Do they have the track records? And what is the track record if they have? Is it for good or for bad? Were they good or they were not good? Or they were not so good? So you will now base their personalities on their track records. And I know that I have held various positions in the state and I have performed I wouldn't want to use the word exceedingly well, but well enough to be given that opportunity to replicate that in a higher position, like in the House of Assembly.
Chief, sir, let's come down now to party, because there's no way we are going to ignore it, because you are for the APC. In the March 6th, 2021 local government polls, the PDP they had a clean sweep in Ethiope, sir. There was no opposition. So how do you wish to, how do you hope to convince these persons? Yes.
Yeah, it's as simple as ABC. I wanted to cut you short, but you didn't allow me, but that's okay. Let me again state this very clearly. The election of local government, you and I know, is being run, controlled, and funded by the state governments and in their various states. Run, controlled by state governments, and nobody presides over his own failure. It doesn't happen. If you are caught presiding over your own failure, then you are what? A failure, generally. So you cannot expect state governments to run a local government election and see that they fail. It's only El Rufai that has taken the bull by the horn by allowing, and not even 100%, by allowing certain percentage of the fairness to be applied in their last local government election. Look at the history of any state. It's the same thing in APC government. Apart from El Rufai, one I just mentioned, 100% result APC, 100% result PDP. It depends on the governor of the place. They fund it. Who plays the pipe dictates the tune. That's what they said. Coming back to House of Assembly, for example, how am I going to get? This is not state-controlled election, and of course we're lucky now with this electoral bill that is almost being passed. It's been sent back to the president for assent. What is considered to be controversy has been removed, the clause, so they now have an option of direct, indirect, and consensus framework for choosing or conducting primaries or anything. So that's okay. That really didn't change much, or wouldn't change much. What we are expecting this time around is fair play. But what I'm even saying, the fair play should be extended, not on party ground. Because I have seen that this country has not developed enough to say party ground based on ideology. I don't care how any party will feel about what I'm saying, but I do know clearly that particularly PDP is the worst culprit. They don't practice anything called internal democracy. You understand? So not to talk of, say, an ideology. Because if you practice internal democracy, it means you have an ideology where people can add their own views, amend it, and bring it back again to be part and part. Whatever decision taken will not be part and parcel of the ideology, and whatever opinions will be based around that ideology. But there's not like that when there's no internal democracy. Now, having said that, let us even go into records. I mentioned track records. That track records will be better as a factor, or as a deciding factor for someone that could go representing the people, because it's been tested. I have been tested. Others have been tested. Some have not been tested. I learned that from the grapevine that some serving government officials today are equally showing interest to go to the House of Assembly. Yes. And I laugh. Why do I laugh? Because you cannot find anything on ground to indicate that we even have a government official from this particular part of the state called Ethiope West, but they are from Ethiope West. And don't forget, when you say, but maybe he has done well in the other parts of the state. Rubbish. Why do I say rubbish? Because the position given to him as maybe SA or commissioner or anything, all right, is not given to him because of his personality. It's given to him because it's a slot meant for that particular region where he comes from. And that region is Ethiope West. So what is the impact of your representation, either as a commissioner or senior advisor, or a senior special advisor, or anything that any position given to you as an Ethiope West person? What have you done with it? Probably some of them have even been there twice as commissioners. Some have been there as SSA. Some have been there as SA. What is the impact? Someone says, oh, there's no more, we are not giving the opportunity. Nonsense. There is nothing like being given opportunity by the governor. Who is giving governor opportunity? Is it the president? Why can't they be able to cover the niche for themselves from the assignments given to them to be felt by their people? Who owns that position, or whose position they are entrusted with? Nothing. Absolutely nothing to write home about in our community called Ethiope West. Nothing. The only impact that we're getting right now is the fact that we now have a commissioner from Oga, who is now commissioner for works. The newly approved project is let me say, is worthy of mention. We are happy with such thing. It's in the budget, and it's been approved by the ESCO, state ESCO. So those are what you call true representation. And that young man has just been given commissionership. I think his name is Honorable Solomon Gole. Yes. He just left the council as the chairman. Yes. He handed over. Yes. But look at the short time that has been given a position. He is already bringing approvals for roads. So what are we doing? For those who are showing interest in the House of Assembly, what have they done? Because I learned they are equally serving officials of government. Crazy. I mean, whoever that thinks at all towards such persons to represent them, such group of persons have a problem. They have a challenge in their independent sense of judgment. That is a fact. And then people say that if you are contesting, why are you talking like this to people? Yes, I know that the adage of our place says if you are contesting an election, you should be saying migo to everybody. But that does not mean I should say migo to a madman. Because they will consider me to be a madman. So I don't have to just keep my mouth shut because I want to contest and not tell our people the facts on ground. They have to know, and they have to oblige themselves with the best of the best, if ever they are the best. Do you understand me? Yes. So we are no more ready in Ethiopia for mediocres, and we are no more ready for puppets. People being driven by some powers that are already obsolete, powers that are already out of tune with reality. We don't need that anymore. We need to now come up. For somebody like me, for example, I tell you, once I'm done with House of Assembly, I'm done with elections. I will never go back for elected position anymore, and I have to make sure I bring some more youths to do what? To take over. And these youths must be people that we will identify to be what? Having deep sense of independent judgment that will be second to none. Yes, PDP is very popular in Ethiope West. I'm not going to deny that fact that they are not popular. They are popular. But the voters, the electorate, I think they are wiser now. And I think they will vote wisely come that time.
Wow. Always interesting when we are in the presence of a Okakuro doctor who is in Omene. This is Rero TV, and my name is Rero Henry Akpos. Thank you for watching.